Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep. I prepared some breakfast today.
It's nice to have you here so we can eat something.
Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than...
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope, Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up, so Paimon didn't open it. All right, let's read it now. Oh, it's from Milu. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyno's reinstatement as the General Mahamatra. As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, you're embarrassing me.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look.
Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master... Oh!
Yesterday.
Yeah, boring!
Tingari!
Good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my forest watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
By the way, we have some good news. Cyno got his...
This news is hardly new.
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting.
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her...
Perhaps, or... Oh,
Come to think of it, Cyno doesn't seem like the type who'd... You and Kale are both Cyno's close friends.
Kala has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. You see, some VIPs have come to...
Huh? VIP?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured, and Lesser Lord Kusanali in her boundless mercy has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, when they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first. As a result, work has increased for the forest rangers.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission.
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Yay!
There won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests?
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides,
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon,
We got your letters, so here we are!
you're the best. The other guests haven't even replied.
Huh? Are we the only...
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now. Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after... You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
that's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine the value of... But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste.
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving pictures.
There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters, if for some reason they didn't receive the letter?
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going.
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was important. As for Cyno, we've only heard that he appeared. I'm not too sure about Rahman's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she...
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
I'll go to the Adventurers Guild later and...
Yes, please do. I'm sure the audience would be thrilled at the chance of receiving commemorative gifts. It could be our special surprise that we prepare for...
I think it's an amazing idea. Who knows?
And Nilu will become even more famous. Ha! It won't be long till people are fighting for front row at your...
I've heard that this camera is not just something...
Oh, should we get ready then? Perhaps we should wear something a little more appropriate.
No. I think we look absolutely fine. If anything, when we pose for this,
You really think so?
Dad, let me learn to dance.
Could the treasures I discovered in my youth have been left by the dendro?
Dad, let me learn to dance.
I wonder, could the treasures I discovered in my youth have been left by the dendro?
Dad, let me learn to dance.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask... Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the house, but you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today.
Oh? Who else was...
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way, we're strictly...
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about...
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks like he might not have...
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the insides.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
You... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand. Which is truly unfortunate. I can only Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilou. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilou said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days.
If she addressed the letter to all Haytham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole Academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kinda strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the Academia. But I refused.
Huh? But what?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right.
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia, and the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person just now?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for, which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration feast in 2 days.
All right, I'll see you there.
Useless. Here.
this is Port Ormos. Now where could
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever! Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller,
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you up.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember.
We just came from talking with all
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and All Hate Them told me that now was a good time to find a job.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. All Hate Them probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Cyno might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing.
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Cyno. I prefer to be free to live In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all...
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything...
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, but a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still can.
Huh?
Well, no, not yet at least.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire...
Did Nilou...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she said...
It was probably sent to the inn that... My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so...
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter.
Sorry to make you...
It must be something important.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Cyno's reinstatement.
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast?
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll see you there.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Cyno and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru village. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something... Don't mention it. You'd better...
All right, on to our next stop. It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Cyno!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right?
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive.
But why are you just standing here like a...
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still... But you know one of the people I'm meeting is...
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into...
Roman! And... Huh?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly...
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar.
I can see...
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the...
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of knowledge.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death.
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the academia doesn't allow scholars to... As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were... Sataria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, Sataria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies.
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after going. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia.
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me...
Lord Cyno helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the death. My plan was able to go smoothly, thanks...
You're all doing so much.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items.
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effect.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory that once shook the world.
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some business too?
No, not at all. We're actually here on behalf of Nilu. Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Cyno's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon...
Celebration? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really didn't...
This feast is for you, Cyno. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Cyno. You must not like feasts very...
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look...
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, please give a message. The message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty you and the art you symbolize are not only Please keep dancing, and someday I'll be able to appreciate your art in person.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Cyno, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Got it.
Anyway, our preparation has been going smoothly these days.
Yes, even if you can't bring yourself to believe it, you should at least believe in those of...
Indeed. Take it one step at a time. There is...
What heartwarming words.
Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration... last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Whoa! It's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised.
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of... If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process...
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe?
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all those plans?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed...
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day, just like I'm doing now.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Ah, there you are. Well, how is it? That's good. It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to one place. I was a little nervous myself. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. It's unbelievable that we've got... Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as you're enjoying yourselves. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I can't explain why, but I just feel elated right now.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings, but the atmosphere here is quite good. No, this gathering today has a unique meaning. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the bottom of their hearts. That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven themselves insane by studying. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house. Oh well.
The atmosphere here is good, and everything is delicious. Yeah. I don't often come to such places, but it feels quite good. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around. There's always next time. We're friends after all. This feast is pretty good. I like it.
My lady, the grilled meat over there is delicious.
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. Oh, they're very sweet. What an amazing place to relax. No wonder everybody likes to rest at the Grand Bazaar.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilou invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet...
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You wake up, of course. Just wait here for It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent... Although you've already helped me with a lot. Please say thank you to everyone for me. But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them and ruin... Oh. Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So, I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just a... It's me. Huh? That voice.
Hold up, what's going...
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you. Nilu, I'll hate them, Cyno, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the Traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the Academia. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Tibet, people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I...
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I did.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a... All right, since you're awake now, she should be in the Academia. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happy... So are we. And that's why we're here to talk. Is there anything you... After recent events, the Akasha can no longer... I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, the Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity, and although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with... And as for the future of Sumeru, the former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet... I hope that the new 6th grade sages will be more focused on that. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the... I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild What happened after the doctor? You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. However, in spite of the bad situation, I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just, I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such a... And as for what the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a... Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. His future will be determined by fate. Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in the judicial... Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over... However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence... Anyway, let's just say she's got... Are you sure? Huh?
About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of...
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any... However, there must be something different about your brother. Because as it...
What?
There's only one possible explanation. He will...
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to...
According to the records, I was after the Conria disaster. He began his... But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion...
What do you mean,
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only vague, and whoever it is, if they can...
But even that wouldn't explain how he's...
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as...
What's a descender?
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about a very important part of the intel was about this world's traveler. You are Tevat's 4th descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the traveler, and her brother...
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first is... As for the other descenders, I still need...
Paimon's head...
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure there are many questions in my heart as well. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be...
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes and...